She looked me dead in the eye and said, "I'm so pretty that plenty of men want me. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm with you." That was the day I realized love isn't about beauty, it's about respect. And her words, they broke me, but also set me free. My name is John. I'm 32 years old, and I live in Austin, Texas. By trade, I'm a software developer. Quiet, analytical, not flashy. The kind of guy who'd rather stay home with a book than be the life of a party. 2 years ago, I met Camille. She was everything I wasn't. Vibrant, magnetic, a woman who could walk into any room and make heads turn. She worked as a social media influencer, and with her beauty, it made sense. Thousands of followers adored her. When we started dating, I thought I had hit the jackpot. We went to art shows, rooftop dinners, even weekend trips, where she always wanted pictures of us looking like the perfect couple. I admired her confidence, her fire, the way she seemed to know exactly what she wanted in life. But there was another side to Camille, one I kept ignoring, a side that loved attention, too much attention. It started subtly. She'd scroll through her phone endlessly, giggling at messages. I'd ask who it was, and she'd brush it off. "Just fans, babe, don't be jealous." Then she started going out more often, saying it was for networking. Networking that always ended past midnight, with no texts or calls in between. I'd wait up for her, wondering if she'd come home smelling of perfume or alcohol, and each time, she'd return with that dazzling smile, kissing me on the cheek like nothing was wrong. But the cracks were showing. She began criticizing me. My clothes, my job, even my quiet personality. One night during dinner, she smirked and said, "Honestly, John, you're lucky to have me. Do you know how many men would kill to be with me? Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing with you." Those words were like a knife. I laughed it off, but deep inside, I was shattering. The truth hit me on a random Thursday. I had left work early because of a canceled meeting. Camille didn't know I was home. Her laptop was open on the kitchen counter. Normally, I respected her privacy, but something, call it intuition, pushed me to look. What I found made my stomach drop. Messages. Dozens of them. Private chats with men from Instagram, some local, some not. She wasn't just entertaining compliments, she was flirting back. Explicit photos, promises to meet up soon, and even one man telling her, "You deserve better than him." And her reply, "I know, I'm just figuring out when to end it." I felt my whole body go numb. This wasn't just insecurity, it was betrayal. That evening, when she strutted in with her usual confidence, I didn't confront her. I simply looked at her, smiled, and told her I hoped she had a good night. But inside, I was done. My revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet and absolute. The next morning, I packed a single suitcase. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't even leave a note. I just left, blocked her on every platform, changed my number, and vanished from her world without goodbye. Instead of dwelling on her betrayal, I poured myself into self-growth. I hit the gym daily, not for looks, but for strength. I started freelancing, eventually launching my own tech startup. With no distractions, I grew it from a small project into a thriving company in under a year. I even began traveling. Places Camille once dreamed of, but never appreciated. Paris, Tokyo, Cape Town. I lived. I healed. And just when I thought the past was behind me, Camille came crashing back into my life. 1 year later, she showed up at a conference where my company was being recognized. Her face paled when she saw me standing on that stage, confident and smiling, surrounded by people who respected me, not for how I looked, but for what I had built. She tried to approach me after, all sweet and soft-spoken, saying, "John, I made a mistake." I looked at her, calm and collected, and replied, "No, Camille, you made a choice. And so did I." Then I turned and walked away. That was the last time I saw her. Today, I'm happier than I ever was. I learned that silence can be the loudest revenge. I didn't need to prove her wrong. I just had to prove myself right. The truth is, beauty fades, but respect, loyalty, and love, those are priceless. So if anyone listening has been told they're not enough, remember this. You don't need to argue with someone who undervalues you. Walk away, build yourself up, and let your success speak louder than their insults. Because sometimes, the best revenge is simply living a life they can never touch. Subscribe to SilkMirror for more stories where betrayal meets poetic justice.